These are the tales and ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
Powered by Riverside.
Good morning, Skippy.
Morning, Josh. It's a
How are
great
you
day.
today?
Today's a good day to have a great day.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
We're in a
Yourself?
better mood today.
I'm in a great mood.
Good. Glad to hear it. Happy to hear that, Skippy.
So good.
So good. Good. Glad. Knee's doing okay?
Knee is, I think, progressing as I hoped it would. Or as much as I hoped it would. How about that?
Good. 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 Welcome to all our 0 listeners currently.
Oh, they trickle in.
Happy Monday. Yeah, I don't think anybody expects us to start on time with any amount of... Please hold.
Holding. People are just trickling in.
Hold on.
That's fine. It's 6:32 in India, so we're just waiting for those guys to get off
Yeah,
of work.
it's early. Or late, or whichever way that is.
They are 6:32 Monday, August 5th, so we're just waking up and they're closing their day down.
My wife is working from home. She's sent me a message asking if I was home,
Oh,
and then if I had just started if we were on the podcast. She's in need of some IT support.
aha. Well,
All right.
keep in mind, you go down to the basement, you got to unlock it, unlock the door.
She is not locked down there. It's not a thing.
I'm sure you have a fantastic basement,
The basement's lovely.
just like your wife, I assume. I haven't had the pleasure to meet her yet.
I kept her as away from barbecue folks as I can.
I do not blame that. Do not blame you there. After this weekend, jeez.
What happened this weekend?
It's
Usual
another week.
shenanigans.
It's another weekend of trying to get out of the house.
Skippy leaves the house.
Skippy, that's the thing.
It's our new segment.
So I do want to start off my portion of this podcast by apologizing to you for beating a dead horse for 45 minutes. You and I are both adults, and we both run our trucks how we see fit. We may not always agree, but but we can respect each other, and so I apologize to that. And also, I see your point with hiring somebody, because I just turned down a big event that was this week, and I said yes, and then I didn't have a plan. And you definitely, in the food truck world, you need to, the old saying is plan your work and work your plan. So I just wanted to get out of the house, so I said yes without realizing that I really had nobody to do what I needed. Anyway, so
Bernie is on and chatting with us. He says, "Good morning, fellas. Happy Cinco de Augusto."
Oh, son of a bitch.
The joke that keeps on giving.
Oh, yes. Happy Cinco.
Uh,
I'm going to make a shirt now. Cinco de Mayo. So I this week could have been great if I had a right-hand person, but we move forward.
I accept your apology, and I will also apologize to you. This is not what people wanted from us, though, today, I don't think.
No, they still wanted us to fight. So
Um,
this
yeah,
will be
absolutely.
the last part of our mushy subjects, and we'll move forward.
Yeah, then we'll get back to fighting. But yeah, it's there's no 1, 2, or 3 ways to do this food truck thing, and there's 1,000 ways to get to where you want to be, and that's what's important. So I think you and I doing things differently is a good thing, because if we were both doing things the exact same way, this show would really suck worse than it already does. So
Does not suck. It's only 6:36 in India.
Yeah, us having different opinions on how to do things, I think, is for the best of our viewership.
Yes.
And yeah, sometimes we get stuck in thinking that our way is the best way to do things, and it's just the best way to do things for our end goals. So
Yes.
And with that being said, I'll be happy to tell you how to run your business today, Skippy.
And I will be happy to tell you the direction you can go fuck. Anyway, so back to normal. So yes, this weekend I decided to get out of the house. I had my driver come pick up my trailer, and we made the hour-long trek to Westland, Michigan, and competed in a barbecue contest that we go to. They actually announced it. Of the 10 years they've had it, we are one of 5 teams that have made it every single year.
10 years.
Yeah. So
it's crazy that it's been that long, but I guess I've been out of comps for almost 5 years, at least doing it regularly. So
what was interesting about this comp is there were this is the only KCBS competition going on this past weekend in the whole country.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That seems...
So we had 5 of the top 10 in KCBS points competing at this contest. So in all honesty, this is the first time I did a whole competition on the Rectech BFG. Worked flawlessly. Had no timeline, just kind of winged it, and it all worked out good. But whoever the number 1 guy in KCBS, which Kansas City Barbecue Society, for all you non-comp people.
I'm gonna step away for a second. You keep going.
Sure. Some of these people, they decide to drive in, or depending on where they live, they fly in. They borrow people's equipment and make a go of it. So got the pleasure to meet a guy named Eric from Alabama. He's with Papa Pig, or is Papa Pig. He flew in, borrowed a couple drum smokers, had his meat shipped, and just absolutely 40-team contest, annihilated us. I think came in 6th or 7th overall, and somebody that had their wisdom teeth pulled the day before decided to come in and absolutely destroy all of us. Janky Leg Barbecue. So it was quite my goal at the whole thing was a top 15, just based off the caliber of people that were there. I'm not a world champion anymore. I don't have sights set on that. But I do love to go, and yeah, I got to somehow try to remain award-winning. Can't serve award-winning barbecue if you don't win awards. I'm very proud of my wife. She competed in the dessert category and took home a 4th place. She was one taste point off a perfect score, which I was very proud of that. She did a Biscoff cheesecake, which, to be honest with you, I had no idea what Biscoff cookies were, so I can't wait to see the comments on that one. But we got there Thursday. It was a good time had by all. Knee was a little tight. Wasn't tight in the surgery part of it. The back of my leg was actually pretty tight. But everything worked out. It worked out pretty good. Goal was top 15. Overall, we came in 17th with our best finish in the rib category at 13th. There were 40 teams altogether, so top half I'll take. There was, like I said, top 5 of the top 10 teams in the country were there, and I talked to some of the teams that are out of town. One from Arkansas that said they've been traveling around the country and haven't been home since June, and that's all they've been doing is just competition barbecue. I know this isn't food truck related, but it's kind of cool having a full kitchen in your competition barbecue trailer. Other than that, we've got our next follow-up appointment with the knee come Wednesday. And since Josh is off, I got one more thing to talk about. So I posted on PB&J's Facebook page that something really exciting was going on. And I know I've talked about it here and talking about the cafe and Early Coffee Cafe and maybe opening up my own spot. But I posted, if you knew or if you wanted to take a guess, send me a message. And the goal with that is to try to get engagement. I've been off for 2.5 weeks. I really don't want people to forget me. So, Jason Scanlon, if you're listening, you completely messed it up. So I know you're a listener. So I got a bone to pick with you, but no, I'm just kidding. I appreciate it. You absolutely were 100% accurate, and nobody followed your lead. Even the people that messaged me. It was all about opening a brick and mortar, but I said in the post that you had to correctly guess, and you were actually the only one that correctly guessed. So it seems Josh has left to go be the IT director of his household. Let's see. What else do I have to talk about? I hear some rustling. Oh, there he is.
Wow, where did all our viewers go?
Same place they were at.
Hey, there's 5 on there.
That's good. I was just saying that 5 of the top 10 in KCBS were there. One guy, one team from Arkansas said they hadn't been home since June because they've been competing. He's a graphic designer, so he can work from the road. And then Janky Leg Barbecue came in and whooped all our asses. After on Thursday, he came in Thursday. On Wednesday, he had his wisdom teeth taken out. So, of course, he's going to come in and destroy all of us. He got first in brisket, 5th in chicken, and 2/12.
I didn't really kick your asses then.
Well, he got 2 calls, and there were teams with 4 calls that didn't get a top 10. Top 5. They didn't get a top 5. RGC was Bad Habit, and they got 3 calls. So it was.
There was people with 4 calls that didn't make top 5?
3 calls. Sorry,
okay.
3 calls.
Like, what the fuck? That seems impossible.
Top score for the PB&J's team was my wife with a 4th place dessert.
That sounds about right.
It sounds about right. She jinxed us all. But yes, it was a quite fun contest. It always is. It supports the veterans because it's at a local VFW. Next May, we're doing the same different contest, but same venue. And the Great Lakes Barbecue Association, which I'm a part of, are on the board. We are holding the first ever, and I'd love you to get out of retirement just to come have fun with us for a day. We are holding the Wiener to Wiener competition hot dog throwdown Friday night. The veterans are going to judge us. So we're definitely going to.
I'm sorry. You want me to drive to Westland to cook a hot dog?
Well, no, I want you to cook the contest too.
On a Friday?
I want you to cook the contest too, but yes,
in May?
Yes, in May. Just saying, you say you got time off the truck. We can. I'll let you borrow a trailer. I'll get you all set up. You just got to show up. Just come have fun with us.
I have fun every day.
With us. I said with us. With us. Just Josh. You may have forgot that. With us.
I don't know.
You can have fun with Chris and Caleb and all you want.
Hot dog sword fight sounds a little,
Well, it's the only contest that your wiener can get you paid. Okay?
Not true.
Only contest with a PG level rating where you could.
Okay, I did competitive barbecue for a long time. I know nothing there is PG rated, so
that's probably true.
Maybe now it is.
There was
fun now.
There was a gentleman there. So Thursday nights. So this contest has tried to turn into another Nuevo contest, but nothing can top Nuevo contest.
That's right.
Mark and Rich busting their chairs. But there was a gentleman there who actually just had a surgery similar to mine, except he had his femur broken and then rotated. So he walked straight. Otherwise, his foot was always like this. Okay. So he's up there buying rounds for everybody. And on the way back to the trailer, he fell. I'm not mean to laugh, but the rest of the weekend kind of was just like that. He went to the doctors. Everything said it was okay. Could have had some stitches on his arm, but they just wrapped it. And he was just laying in a zero gravity chair, and we all said it reminded him of a weekend at Bernie's because he was an older feller. Anyway, so that was our weekend.
Excellent. Yeah.
You said something about lower roadside sales? No sellouts this week?
Mm-mm. You cook appropriately, Skippy. It's harder to sell out. I'm guessing I missed something when I walked away. Bernie,
We got some comments.
Jason Scanlon is Bernie's Blue Line Barbecue, and Bernie's Blue Line Barbecue is Jason Scanlon. What's the prize? Lifetime pass for food?
No, asshole. So I posted on my Facebook page that we had some awesome things starting to happen, and I said if you can correctly guess, there'll be a prize.
Yeah.
And of course, he was the third commenter and correctly guessed. Nobody followed his guess, but he correctly guessed what it was because he listens. We started the health department paperwork.
Excellent.
Correct. So but it's not. We can't do anything until we can't get health department involved until it's done. And the last thing we have to work on right now is the floor. I'm not working on the floor. They are.
Collectively, we when someone claims a sports team is theirs, like we won the Super Bowl. You didn't do shit. You sat on your couch and drank beer.
Yep.
But I get it. I say the same thing. So,
so yes, we have finished the paperwork. We're just waiting for the construction to be done, and then we're gonna kind of gotta work backwards on this, with the construction done first, then health department, versus health department then construction. So it probably will not be open until next year, because right now our health department's like 4 months behind.
I have heard that from a couple different people that their local health departments are way behind on stuff.
Yeah.
Is there like this huge influx of new restaurants and stuff opening up, or what the hell's going on? Because
from what we heard, it's just our health department lost people to other jobs. Like somebody went to go be with the state health department. Somebody left to go to the military. Somebody left for some another reason. So at one time our county was down to like 2, and that's why I went and got licensed in a different county. So I wish you could get licensed in a different county for brick and mortar, but you can't. I have to deal with them.
Do that, yeah. So yeah, Rick, the guy that works for me, that's starting his own truck.
Yeah.
He has submitted for his final review, trying to get it scheduled for his SOPs and everything.
Yeah.
His final approval. They told him a month. He has to wait 3 weeks for insurance. Jeez. For underrated insurance. Like everything seems to be taken for. It's like we're back in COVID where everything takes 4 times as long as it normally would.
I'm wondering if there's an influx of new applications because it's the end of the year. Is that
maybe
normal?
I don't think so. I don't know why the end of the year would be any different than any other time of the year. I don't think it's like, I don't think there's an influx of new restaurants every year at the end of the year. I know businesses and stuff, they're getting rid of any excess budget money they have, for write-off purposes by the end of the year. But as far as I know, I wouldn't think there's any benefit to rush it before the end of the year or do it third, fourth quarter or whatever. Bernie says that you keep backpedaling on that prize announcement.
I'm not backpedaling.
He's just not pedaling at all.
Damn it.
All right. Well, good.
Last thing for me. Well, here, you talk about your stuff and we'll talk.
No, you can do your last thing. Okay.
So I gave a good buddy a big catering gig this past Wednesday. So
is this Chad?
No.
Okay.
It's actually the person that I was supposed to go into business with. But he opened up his own spot, his own truck, but he's not doing like vending. He's just doing catering. Anyway, so we cooked it on my rotisserie, 2 cases of brisket, 2 cases of pork, 14 hours. Anyway, he got there. They decided to put it was a buffet. They decided to put all the buffet in the middle of the parking lot in 100-degree weather, and then put everybody else underneath the tent. Had an ice cream truck and had him out there. And he calls me like 2 nights ago and says, "Hey, that check they gave me, which was like almost $6,000, bounced." So, my wife says that might be kind of normal. Not normal, but I mean, it's abnormal, but it can happen because big companies move stuff around, move money around pretty rapidly. But when he got there, he asked her how they were going to pay. And he's like, "Dude, for some reason, our business credit cards are down. So I'll have to give you a check."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then said check bounces.
So I sent an email that I have not received a response to as of yet. But yeah, I mean, it caused negatives. It caused return check fees and stuff like that. So my question to people listening and yourself: you ever had a check bounce? A business check?
We have not had a problem with any payments yet, outside of credit cards getting declined. Yeah, we've had some things take a little longer because I think it's part of our name and stuff that the banks will decline it as unusual activity type of thing, especially in amounts of like $4,000.
Yeah.
And those don't always go to the card holder of a larger, like Coca-Cola. Let's say she tried to pay with her card. The email's not going to go to her, probably. It's probably going to go to somebody in accounting or whoever manages the credit card. So every once in a while, we have to work through that. But typically, I'm not too worried about it when that happens, especially if it was be like Coca-Cola, like I think you're good for it.
This is a large automotive company, and it's just, I feel bad because I recommended my friend to him, and then this happened, so we're just trying to get to the end of it, but I'm worried that my friend isn't necessarily as diplomatic as I am. And I just don't want him to blow up a relationship because, maybe something stupid happened.
So real quick, I just got, my phone has been blowing up this morning. It's been weird.
I see that.
But I just got an email from Square.
Hi, Square.
Your business is now on the Shop Small map.
Oh.
Through American Express.
Oh.
I know.
Interesting.
So I get an access code for American Express, free signage and everything.
Do you use American Express?
I have an American Express card personally, but not a business card. We accept American Express, but I don't think it's at a rate that's higher than any of our other ones.
Well, no, because they said shop small. It's small, but still, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that and see what kind of signage and stuff there is. And check out this map. So, hey, I like free stuff, especially things that post where we are and stuff. So, or who we are, at least. Yeah, I inundated today with requests and stuff.
Me too, actually. I have from all weekend, which is good. And I got people want to book me for next year, which makes me feel good.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a lull in requests for next year, but starting to pick up again. A lot of grad parties for next year already, which is cool. I like it. But back to what I said a couple weeks ago, my customers are kind of forcing us to try to expand.
Good.
Not forcing, obviously, but the demand
making it hard not to.
The demand is there clearly for us to try to. So
beautiful.
Oh, Jason also was part of the program apparently. He just posted his sign.
Jason or Bernie? Jason or Bernie? Like, I got to know where the hell Bernie comes from, because Jason and Bernie, like, is it a weekend at Bernie's Blue Line Barbecue? Like, what is it here?
All right, Jason, tell us the story. But yeah, it's a dine small with us. And it's like a little sticker about the same size, I'm guessing, of probably our state SDFU license.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I'll get one. I'll put it on our window.
Why not?
Bubba says this is why we get payment in full before service.
I know.
Me too. Next year we will definitely be instituting late payments. We haven't had any this year, which is good. But in years past, because we've always done the due date of the day of service. So we've had like a wedding where it's hard to find somebody type of thing, or they can't find the person that's supposed to pay us or whatever. So we've let it slide a little bit, but we're definitely going to put on late payments next year as part of our invoices. Now that they include them automatically. Ooh, I think my lights just flickered. We got a little storm going through.
Yeah, we're supposed to get it later.
Justin says when they cater, everything has to be paid up before they go. And then Bernie says Bernard was my grandfather's name and my middle name. Started in his honor, was supposed to be weekend at Bernie's barbecue.
See? Knew it.
Then in 2017, my brother-in-law was a sheriff who was killed in the line of duty, so I added the blue line in his honor.
Well, son of, now I feel like shit.
Thank you, Jason. You made my job easier today. I don't have to do it now.
Thank you, Jason.
But yeah, hopefully nothing else tragic happens in your life, Jason, so you don't have to add more things into your barbecue name.
Oh, wow, you went there. Okay.
This is the show we run, everybody. This is the show we run. All right, we'll get into my week, and then we got some other stuff to get to.
Yes, we do.
Including the first, I'm guessing, annual FTO Expo happened this last week.
Sure.
In Austin or wherever it was.
Houston, I believe.
Houston, yeah. So, and it looked like it was a pretty good event. So I feel more on board now with the one in Orlando. So, my week, it was fucking hot here, muggy here. Roadside was down, which I wasn't too surprised with. I don't even know where we were or what we did. I tried to take a day off somewhere in there. Excuse me.
How'd that work?
Great.
See?
I did zero work for a whole day. Well, outside of 3:30 in the morning to 9 in the morning. But, only working 5.5 hours is a day off for me. So, yeah, we a new concert series that we were a part of, Allendale. Not new for them, but new for us. We really expected more. It was a pretty slow evening. Concert series. We've I think we're a part of 3 or have been a part of 3. 2 have been really good. This was the dud of the group. Chris said that we fed maybe a quarter of the people. We were the only entree truck there. So it was us and I think snow cones.
Oh, wow.
It was hot. Decent-ish crowd. Probably 100 people there. I don't know if it was the band. It was the last one of the series. I don't know. I'm not sure if that was a normal crowd or if that was a low crowd. I haven't reached back out to them yet to kind of work through that to see if we want to do one next year or not. So it was kind of a slowish evening that evening. Airport viewing area continues to be a rock solid option, even though it was hot. We were down a little bit from what we did the time before. It was still $1,500 from 10 to 4 or whatever, with 2 to 4 being pretty slow. Yeah, and then our subdivisions were all just a little meh. Everything was just a little meh, roadside wise. So, yeah. Other than that, we had a company outing. I'm trying to remember what we did Thursday during lunch hours. I don't know, we did something. Had a catered event Thursday night, which helps. All day out at Wiseman, which started out banging for lunch and then just died, as we've seen there time and time again. makes me feel pretty good about us only being there during the evenings. I think 5 times the entire year. So most of the time we're only there for lunch. We've really been trying to schedule or find Friday evening stuff that we feel could be better than what is there. So
Yeah.
and then Saturday we had our.
It's kind of sad. You've been one of their like regulars.
And it's not
It's
anything to
just-
do with us. It's their tasting room sales are down. They're not pulling people in like they used to. The only reason our lunches are good there is because people are going to see us. Really, it's not their customers coming out to eat. It's us bringing people in.
I don't think I've ever asked you. Since you just said it, I'll ask you. What
Mhm.
is your ideal non-sellout lunch? Like as far as either tickets or gross sales.
No,
What is it?
I never go by tickets.
What's your successful lunch? I
It
mean, are you
depends
happy
on
with the $300 lunch? Or are you happy with like
it depends
$100 an
on the
hour?
location. So each one of our locations, we judge success based on the location. An ideal world, yeah, we're gonna hit $1,000 lunches every day.
Okay.
So we have enough food on our truck typically in a day for a $2,000 day, give or take. So
Okay.
so yeah, we'd love to split $1,000 lunch, $1,000 dinner. Typically, we have enough food, but it all depends on how you sell the food. But
So will you, when you do your numbers, will you figure out what an average is on either per location or per day or
per location. So yeah, I can usually, so when, especially when we're booking for the next year, like we'll pull for per location to figure out if it was worthwhile or not. We
Yeah.
can even base those or measure those against last year. So our one subdivision that we still have a couple times left that I'm considering dropping, but I don't have anything to replace them yet, so we're gonna go. They're definitely down on average over last year, and it's not
Okay.
a subdivision that we'll seek out next year.
Well, so let me ask you this. So since you have days left at these subdivisions that might not be as profitable as you had hoped, would you contact the organizer and kind of let them know, hey, like if things don't change, we can't come back?
Yeah.
Well,
Yep. They know
do you
they're on
see
the
them?
chopping block for the next year.
Do you see them trying to assist you?
It depends on the
Or
subdivision. So it's
okay,
either people that just don't care anymore, you know,
yeah,
like or they just have other stuff going on and they just don't have the time that they used to promote like they would.
okay,
Um,
okay.
There's 1,000 reasons why subdivisions drop off.
Somebody was asking me about subdivisions this weekend, so I was trying to I gave him pretty much the same thing as like you got to reach. It's all about communication. You got to reach out to the organizer if they have if they can help, great. If they can't, then it's up to you.
We rely on our hosts so much for these things.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can put out Facebook ads and we can do all that stuff. But if people aren't on Facebook, yeah, we rely on their community communication, whatever that is.
Do you see a year where you don't go to any subdivisions, or do you
No.
think you'll have subs that are always going to be on the rotation?
I think we'll definitely have some that are always on the rotation. We've had a couple that have had zero drop off from COVID years even.
Good. Yeah.
So yeah, we have a couple that we're still doing 1,000 to 1,200 dinners.
Do you still do
almost every time?
John and Melissa sub?
No. And that's more has to do with that township than it does with them in that neighborhood.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we could get a license, but we had to park in their driveway. And as soon as we moved to the driveway, no one came.
Yeah.
It was so bizarre. We literally moved 10 feet and we went 2 times in the driveway and it was horrendous. So I don't know if it's just visually people didn't see us out. So yeah, we haven't been there at all this year. Cool. Justin says they contract everything due 2 weeks before the event.
I can see that. We normally do either cards or I just started accepting ACH transfers.
Be prepared for those to take a while to actually hit your bank account.
So on Thursday I sent them the information. Mm-hmm. They sent me an email with a receipt, and I got it today.
Yeah.
So a few
No,
days.
Mine was 2 weeks. So I had a
Yeah.
guy do his deposit and the full payment with ACH, and both times it took 2 weeks. So I got the pending, and then it just took forever to come through. I don't know why.
Like I finally got, I think I said on the here, I finally got the $1,000 Gordon's check, and that took about a week for mobile deposit.
Yeah, well, be happy they do mobile deposit.
Square just started doing it.
Looking for that check via mail.
Yeah,
that looks like junk. I mean, my Costco stuff was all the same way. So
they told me to pick it up there. They said that I don't like have it sent to residences because they typically will throw it out.
Yep.
So I just had to wait for them to get it. So it took 2 weeks for them to come there, and then I got it.
Good. Yeah, my first couple rewards checks for Costco, I didn't even see them because it just looked like a piece of junk mail. Or it's, your renewals. It comes in your renewal paperwork, which I always just do whenever they tell me at the checkout.
Yeah.
Hey, you're up for renewal. Okay, put it on the bill. So I never even opened Costco mail. So, but now I do. Now I know to look for that piece of mail because I like that $800.
So Sam's does cash back, or Sam's Cash. I typically have it maxed out, but I think they only do $500. I typically have it maxed out by like October pretty easily.
I think our max is $1,200.
Crazy.
So
I think it would be different. I have a premium membership or plus or whatever. I don't have the business membership, so maybe I'll see if there's a difference between the two.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, no, you're good. So Saturday we were at campground, Tyler Creek again, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I like Tyler. I've camped there.
So we noticed from last week it started out slow and then got busy towards the end. This week was just the opposite.
It was busy then slow.
It was, yep. They were pretty busy to start the day, and then it trickled off. And why? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
It's a nice campground.
It is a nice little campground. Yep.
Nice little
and then,
9-hole golf course.
Yeah, and then Saturday we were in Nuevo, and it was slow again. And I'll blame the weather for that one. It's hot. It fucking sucks out.
It is warm.
But we should be used to it in Michigan, the warm summers. But we've only had 10 days. Long. Yeah, we've only had 10 days of hot weather, and it's been in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
with lots of nice, cool weather in between. We haven't gotten a chance to acclimate.
Yeah,
and we're going to be in the 70s all week this week now. So
I saw 69 tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, I mean we're supposed to have storms tonight and starting tomorrow. So
yeah, we're not supposed to get that cool, but yeah, it's one thing if it stays warm and hot, which it normally does in Michigan. We don't have these nice summers typically. No.
We have 3 stages of hell.
Yeah, so when we now have these hot stretches, people are miserable and don't want to go outside because it feels so much hotter.
I follow local restaurants around our area that decided to close early because their heat index in their kitchen was like 120. So the restaurants they're just a breakfast and early lunch. But it's hot. I mean, it's just this week is our local county fair. Again, I had the opportunity to go down there, and I really couldn't figure out the best way to make it work. But it'd have been a good week to be down there. Other than Tuesday's supposed to rain, but it was still going to be in the mid-70s, and they were going to charge me $700 for the week, which I thought was pretty decent. My only issue is I could get the trailer down there and I could cook meat. But to get meat or to get product and to get me there by like 8 o'clock in the morning to make product, I was concerned with. I'd have to rely on a lot of people, so that's why I didn't end up doing it. But we should be good
Eric
to drive.
Perez on TikTok.
Hey, Eric Perez on TikTok.
Sorry,
but I should be able to drive Wednesday or start trying to drive Wednesday. So we'll see how it goes because next week is busy week, and my dog says hi.
Justin says most subdivisions here have private Facebook groups. The good ones are the ones that dedicated person running the page to advertise. Same here.
Yeah, same here too.
But yeah, we've definitely seen.
But they don't allow you in there to do it or to
Yeah,
market
It'd
yourself.
be so nice.
Oh.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah, we know the good ones from the bad ones, and that's usually when we get approached by new subdivisions. Among the questions we ask, so do you have a dedicated Facebook group? What's the activity like? Are there actually people in it?
Yeah.
Or is it just a whole lot of bitching about, Bill put in a yellow front door, and I don't want to see it anymore. Yeah.
I was so one of our listeners, Daniel Jacob. I don't know if he messaged you at all.
I don't think so.
But he's an avid listener. Oh, speaking of avid listeners, squirrel moment. Sorry. I talked to our good friend Isaac.
Oh yeah.
I physically talked to Isaac. Definitely not what
It's
I thought
about
he was
time
going
you called him.
I know. He asked if the doctor was playing with my penny. Anyway, so not what I thought he would sound like. I honestly, I picked an Italian fella, and I thought he was gonna have some sort of accent.
It's me, Isaac.
No, he's 100% Texan. No, we were talking. He's got like I think his first event next week. I think he said it was next week, and he's scared to death, and the trailer still isn't complete, or the truck isn't completed yet. So,
welcome to life.
so I told him, I said, hey, after you have your first couple events, we'll have you on as a guest, and you can just tell us whether we're right, wrong. He's like, absolutely. Anyway, back to Jacob. Jacob's a barbecue guy. He was talking about like brisket. He's paying for $5.69 a pound for prime. So Black Angus Prime from Performance Food Group. He sells a chopped brisket sandwich and chips for $16, and he wanted to know if he was in the right price range. And I'm like, so he's like, I feel like I'm losing a little bit. So my response was, look at your food cost. You got to start with that. Brisket is tough because it's expensive.
All right. Sorry, you said
sorry.
How much for brisket?
He's paying $5.69 a pound.
All right, I have my spreadsheet pulled up.
Oh, good.
So let me enter in some numbers here. $5.69. Let's see here. So
he's selling. Hold on. He's selling chips, which he gave me the price for everything that's on his sandwich. So he pays $48 for 104 chips. I can do the math if you want me to.
So for a cooked pound of brisket is $11.92.
Yes. Correct.
So out the door for me in a box and everything, $12.84 is my cost. You're charging $40 a pound of brisket, which I got another truck that we need to bring up too, because
so
on your side of the state.
Oh, the Hibachi truck?
No.
Okay.
Hibachi.
Mr. Chime Time, guy on TikTok, did a review of him and called it straight hood, and he was selling a hibachi plate or bowl that was, I don't know, call it a 20-ounce bowl for $45, and it was an hour and 10-minute wait. Anyway, so he calls it straight up scambachi. So he pays $6 a jar for the pickles and $4.69 for 12 buns.
3, and then is that right? Okay, so that's right. Nope, that's not right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So for me, for my sandwich with just pickled onions, total cost for me would be $4. So just doing the sandwich at 16 is where I would be.
Yeah. So it's 46 cents for chips, basically. You got what, 10 cents for pickles, if that.
Yeah.
And I think his buns, $4.69 for 12 of them.
3 cents for pickles.
Okay.
If you're high quality buns, yeah. We're at 47 cents a bun.
Wow.
Ish.
He's at 4.69. No, that's not 4.69 divided by 12. There you go. He's at 40 cents a bun.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I told him I thought he'd be at like 373. That's the cost that I kind of gave out.
Mm-hmm.
11, assuming 50% loss is 11.28 cooked, quarter-pound portion, 282. I did 40 cents for the bun, did 5 cents for pickles, and 50 cents for chips. So you're at 373. Add sauce. So he's in there, but I think he could probably sell it for 18 and be
With
fine.
chips, yeah, I think you can go up.
He's also paying, so he's a stick
Especially
burner
if the
guy
brisket's
too.
good.
He's a stick burner guy too, and he buys only kiln dried wood at $375 for a face cord. Maybe you want a little bit different.
Yeah.
He had a question about a trailer. I told him you got yours from SDG.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to know. Here's all the questions. How much does your trailer weigh, loaded, give or take?
Now or when I got it? I don't know what it weighs now. It was 12.5 to 13 loaded when I had it weighed. Somewhere in that vicinity.
So call it between 11 and 12 because you took out that big ass stove. That was like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So between 11 and 12.
Yeah.
Or 10 to 11.
We'll say probably 12. It's not
Okay.
that stove did not weigh that much.
You said it felt like it was that much.
Well, yeah, when you're sliding it on the ground.
According to my dealer, mine weighs 11.5 or close to 11.5. Josh, what do you use to pull it?
Chevy Silverado 2500 HD diesel.
I do basically